Blessings, everyone. Today I would like to offer, this is the Gateway of Light Oracle. Because Spirit has been just the light this time of year, literally walking outside. It's very cold in my neck of the woods, and when they say the golden hour, they're definitely onto something with that, because the light is just immaculate, and the resonance of this beautiful golden light. It's today I did a singing bowl earlier for the solar plexus, and that's kind of what it felt like, embodying the energy of what that light represents. That the warmth represents the love of the spirit world, and the light represents the truth and the knowledge and the insight and clarity. So first, I would like to say thank you to Source for allowing me to be a medium of light. And I ask all of the light beings to please step forward to help bring a message of the highest good. Thank you. I'm grateful. Now I'm just going to do a quick shuffle. The first one embodies source energy. The second one embodies spirit and higher self. And then the third embodies the soul, that beautiful expression of all that is. Oop, and already they came out. So I'm going to take this Pleiadian activation, coming together, harmony in the heavens, resolution. And they are saying, as this energy steps forward, that there are so many star seeds that are among us here. And it's only just recently that a lot have been working with this energy and remembering and experiencing the different light codes. It's a beautiful experience, and they're talking about the geometric patterns. So many are being awakened, looking at the beautiful light codes when they take photographs. So many geometric patterns and octaves of light, this resonance comes through. And it opens a space for the communication and the downloads. And what they're saying is, when we think of downloads, sometimes we think of a version of a trance mediumship where we're stepping aside and we're getting all this information. But sometimes these downloads come in a way we are having deja vu, or we're having the synchronicities, or literally the aha moments where something becomes very clear, even if it's something that we haven't thought of in many, many years. We just have that inner knowing. Sometimes the downloads are helping us move into a space where we're clear on which avenue to take if we've been asking for guidance. But a lot of this is just slowly awakening the consciousness so that the communication comes through, and we remember that all of us, especially this time on this earth right now, this beautiful earth school, have seeds of ancient wisdom within us that's laying dormant. Suddenly we might be in a new age shop or a holistic center, and we feel drawn to working with crystals, or perhaps listening to certain frequencies and noticing certain sounds and music have drawn us. Perhaps we're starting to recognize the colors and certain patterns. They're drawing my attention to this beautiful geometric pattern. Metatron works with many of these. They're actually speaking about the star chakra that's much, much further above our head. And they're saying that a lot of our starseed family work with Metatron so they can integrate these downloads and expand the consciousness through this chakra system. And it's It's something that many of us forget about when we're working with the energy centers, is this beautiful star chakra that is above our heads. There are many cultures that believe that it is much lower below our feet. But working with our galactic family, they open the portals above our heads. There has to be a lot of different diffusions of energies with the star chakra that helps. They're saying to, especially when there's certain codes, some people work with the binary codes, some people work with light codes, the sonic resonance. This is all processed through the star chakra when they're connecting. But there is this beautiful divine intelligence in all of this. And if you look at this card, it's absolutely beautiful. They're speaking of how everything is interwoven in the universe. And how sometimes that we have to move through many different experiences to return to ourselves, return to that source. Harmony. We understand that this sacred geometry, even if we're just looking at some of it, brings us into the present moment. If we look into the center of a flower, many of us have seen the photographs when it's done very close of the daisy, how the layers upon layers of infinite bring us to the center of this beautiful blossom. And that's the patterns within us when we think on a very micro scale. We think of the cells in our body, the absolute beautiful integration of how they move about. Blood cells in our veins, in our arteries, even the patterns in our eyes. Many have taken photographs of their iris and seen the most intricate, immaculate artwork from the universe in there. They say that's the gateway to the soul. And it's sacred geometry. Every bit, from our hair, our eyes, our cells, our taste buds on our tongue that help us experience a certain sensation, even to the cochlea inside of our ears that helps us hear, is a sacred spiral. They're pointing this out and they're saying, isn't that beautiful? But we can find these patterns in everything. And if we're having a challenge with feeling balanced and harmonious, they're saying, take a moment and find all the sacred geometry that's in everything. And that's a beautiful way also. They're speaking of getting rid of an anxiety moment, especially for having a panic attack or someone's feeling anxious about something, to notice all of the patterns. And in these patterns, as it unfolds, is the key, the golden ratio of our infinite being. They're pulling their energy back. I love working with the intergalactic family because they always remind me of certain theories, music, math, the micro world, like the flowers, and as I said, the iris, how it's all interwoven. We are a immaculate symphony of our own design. We are the masterpiece of creation. And each day we're moving towards that perfection of remembering that we are an expression of source. And it doesn't matter whether we're from the Pleiadian star seeds or Orion, or many of us are Lyran, Arcturian. We're all coming together now, recognizing that part of the beautiful stardust that lives within us and connecting with this sacred geometry. And it helps us remember that we are just the fractal of the whole. Much love. Many beautiful blessings.